Friday, and that means it's time for Muppin Sewing Emporium. How are you doing today? I am trying to stay warm. It's so cold, my friends. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you the short history of buildings that are 123 years old and their heating systems. It's freezing in here. It is so cold. And not only is it just like super duper freezing cold, and like we've had the heat running for days, but uh it's just like the brick on the outside of our building just pulls the heat like out of our building and then pushes it out into the world where I don't want it to be heated. I want it to be heated inside the building. So I hope you're doing well. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, make sure you give us a thumbs up or all of that. It is Friday. It means it is time for your show. I hope you are doing wonderfully well. I am here live to you through the power of the internet in beautiful, historic downtown Paducah, Kentucky. And this week, I went somewhere right during the snowstorms. Hello. Welcome, Charlotte. How are you? This week, I was invited by the city of Paducah to go to the American Bus Association's convention, and that was in Nashville, Tennessee. So it wasn't very far, but that show was for bus tour operators to learn about destinations. And of course, we want them to come to Paducah. And so that was a wonderful excursion I got to go on. And I learned a lot about what it takes to promote a city like Paducah's. So it was really cool. I really had a good time. Now, tonight I will tell you that we have a super sale coming up. And it's actually happening right now. And you don't even have to do anything to do it. You just go to our website and it is 30% off. And if you are local, my friends, yes, that does apply to you in store as well. So if you want to head on in to the store, this is a great time because everything in the store is 30% off. One of the and then here's the this is the image that we'll be sharing on social media later this weekend. That we also sent out a version of this in our email today. And I can tell you that I am no longer in charge of making these graphics. They are not, I do not make the graphics. My husband makes the graphics. And he had way too much fun with this one, I think. It's hilarious. So there's Charlie getting frozen blasted by me with the finger guns, so he wanted it to look very much like what was it, the Shining, where he's frozen in the garden outside. He wanted that to look that way. So there's Charlie looking very cold. I just think it's hysterical. So this is how these meetings go, right? We sit there, we say, hey, we need a graphic for today's email. What do you want to, what should I do? And he goes, oh, you should have like the word sale dripping in ice, because we're calling this the icy 30 sale. And he was like, yeah, it should have like the word sale, except they should be dripping with ice. I said, oh, okay. So I made that. And then he goes, you know what would be really fun is if you had you with like a winter hat, and you were like Jack Frost putting snow everywhere. And I was like, oh, okay. So I did that. And then that was the email one that went out in the email. And then he said, you know, it would be even funnier is if we had you or me, like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining. And I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, so he stood there. I took the picture, and then and this is what happened. This is what we made. So you know, he directed it. If you like it, if you think it's a good sale, funny picture, let me know. I'm sure Charlie is very interested in how silly you guys think this is, and also how funny you think it is. So he's enjoying that part of the business, you know. So but it is a big sale. It's 30% off everything in store or online. And if you do come in store, obviously those of you who have come into the store know that we have things in the store that we don't sell online, that we are not able to sell online. And we are going to show and sell some of that stuff tonight here through Facebook. So you'll see what I mean. Okay. So that's our big sale going on right now. Shop.muppin.com. 30% off the entire site. No code needed. Just put the items in the cart, and it will take the discount, and you will be on your way, your merry way, as it were. So that's good. All right. So what else do we have tonight? Okay. So we have a few things that we have in the store that I don't sell online typically. And I wanted to give you all the chance to purchase some of those things, because they are antique, they are they're not so common. And before I do that, I do want to tell you that we do still have space. If you are an AQS member, that it is now time to go register for Quilt Week here in Paducah. My classes they still have a few spots left. So you can take Modern Textures by Machine, you can take the Pleats to Meet You Table Runner, or you can take What Incarnation, the wall hanging option. All of these classes still have space, but last year, all of these classes sold out before they opened to regular members. And if they did have a space by the time it opened to regular members or non-members of AQS, they went really, really fast. So now is the time. The Carnations, Andy, I think are like, that's still one of my favorite new classes. The What Incarnations. I think they're like the top of the top, you know. But we've got this big sale going on. At the same time, you can get these classes, Pleats to Meet You Table Runner, Modern Textures by Machine. And this is that full like breakdown of textures by machine. So if you have not ever tried doing fabric manipulation by machine, the Modern Textures by Machine class is going to be the one you're going to want to sign up for. So all of these classes they still have a couple spaces, but not a lot. So just saying, if you're interested and you are coming to Paducah, now is the time to jump on these, because yes, I will be that person at the show. My friends, I'm very excited about that. So All right, so let's pull up the camera. Now today, in order to avoid the horrible uh the 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 tech issues that we always seem to have every week, I have decided we are you getting quilty with it? Yes. We're getting jiggy, we're getting quilty, we're getting all of the things with it. I'm very excited about the show. Okay, so here is this. We're turning that off. We're doing this thing. Oh my goodness. Yes, it works. And booyah. No. Yes. No. It is not working. Okay. It's always fun and games until the technology stops, as I like to say. And there we go. And I'm trying to get this to, yes, I know the camera is being used by another operation. Thank you very much, camera. I tell you. All right. Now the question is, can you see it? Because every week I feel like we have this problem. So it does look like we are there. We are live and we have it. Okay. So let's just give this a little zhuzh. There we go. Yay! Does it bother you like it bothers me when you are looking at a camera or something and like the grid is not perfectly even? Like if it was on an angle this whole time, I think I would be like, Cheryl, I'm not watching this video. And so I got to tell you. Okay, so I got to talk to you really quickly about the quilt sticks. So these are the quilt stick, and it is on our website under the notions category. This little fun tool has a bunch of different options on it that I think you will enjoy. Oh, Joy says that the lines not being straight doesn't bother her. You have one of those brains that it doesn't bother. I think that's cool. Cuz man, does it bother me. All right, so this is the quilt stick. Now, not only does it act as a pusher, right? So when you are at your sewing machine and you have a fabric, instead of sticking your finger under the needle or near the needle or near the presser foot to get that fabric under there, you kind of sometimes need an additional option. You need something else. And a lot of people use a metal stiletto. And the reason I no longer use a metal stiletto was, one, I noticed that on my sole plate, okay, I was getting all these little scratches from the point of the stiletto going through and in and it scratching the surface of my sole plate. So that was the first one. The second reason is I've had my needle strike my stiletto before, and it breaks the needle because it's a metal stiletto. This little thing is plastic and it's got a little like hook shape to it. So that's really good because then it can really grab the fabric and move it for you. But because it's plastic, the needle is less likely to break. I'm not going to say it won't break, but it's less likely to break. It's less likely because it can push this out of the way, or your needle might be strong enough to go through it, which I have sewn through plastic heads of pins before. So I know that my machine will do it. And then, this isn't going to scratch my sole plate on my needle on my machine. So and you're probably like, oh, what does it matter if it gets scratched? Well, the more it gets scratched, the more you could create a burr, and that burr in the metal will cause drag on your fabric going through. Okay. And it'll especially catch on anything silky or satiny. And we don't want that either. And so you've got this end of it right here. You also have this end right here, which I'm going to try to get it to. There you go. You see that? It says 1/4. My nails are terrible today, ladies. I am so sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. Jerry, I know you're out there. So you can see that it says 1/4. That's because this is 1/4 of an inch. And so if you ever need to be checking your seam allowance, right, and seeing if your seam allowance is good, this little tool, real quick, do a quick check and you'll know. So that is super handy. And then this little hole is great for any kind of string or yarn or anything that you need to thread through a tube or anything like that. Any kind of like, the band on your sweatpants or on your pajamas or the string on your hoodie. This is much easier to push through your that tube than any other kind of thing. So this quilt stick, super invaluable. I use it all the time. Hello, Mariana. How are you? How are you doing today? It's cold here. And every time I go into any of these rooms, I really quickly bring the space heater in here and I like shove all the heat, like trying to heat up one room that I'm in at a time. It's not really working, but I'm trying because it's 15 degrees outside. So it's when these brick buildings have that cold, that much cold, the brick just sucks all the heat out of the building, and that's what's happening. So yeah, so that's what we have with the for the quilt stick. And I know I've talked about it before. You've seen me have this little thing here on the show before. But I just love this thing. Did I mention it's only a couple bucks and it's 30% off? So you might want to grab one of these while you're putting your order. It's a great little add-on. Great thing to keep in that little tray that's in your machine, the little tray that's underneath your machine. You could keep it in there. If it doesn't fit there, I often put it up where the spool of thread goes, and I just kind of tuck it in there. It's great. I know in a short while we'll all remember how cold I was when I'm sitting in here complaining about how hot it is. I get that. So anyway, so that is that. So I wanted to point that out again because that's a really great little tool, and I know you guys always like to hear about that kind of stuff. Tonight I want to talk to you about the pincushion doll and the pincushion doll pattern. And I have some pincushion dolls, and yeah. Oh, yay! It's awesome when you have a multi-tool. I didn't know how to use that. Oh, yes. Yes. I have one and I use it as a guide often. This is a great tool. And what's really awesome about these, I don't like the thing that only does one thing, right? I like things that do more than one thing. It really feels like, I don't know, like it's really tough for me to want to spend money on something that I can only use for one option. Things like the hot fingers, these are great because these you put on and and if you want, these can also be needle pullers. You can, while you're ironing and you're holding your hot fabric down, it's like these are the kinds of things that do more than one thing. And I don't know where these were when I was doing all of my hot gluing, all the hot gluing I've done over my entire life. And so I don't know where these were at that point, but I wish I had them. Um, and yes, Mary, yes, these are the best, these hot fingers. Now, if you're a quilter, right, two sets of hot fingers can allow you to get a grip on the fabric if you are the kind of person that pushes your fabric around. So, if you can see here, I'm gripping this paper, right? And you can see just how much more control you get from having these on. So, from a quilting standpoint, they're also great. So yeah, I mean, two sets of these, keep them. And again, this is another thing. Keep this with your iron. Keep a set with your glue gun. Keep a set with um, your, in your machine, right? In the bottom. And then what I do is I take them off. They roll, which is nice. Blech. And then this one I can always just pick off. And then they stack up, right? So it's like, look at that. They're all tidy, all neat and tidy, washable. So if you are feeling like they're getting particularly linty or anything like that, just run them under some warm water, let them dry really well, and you are good to go. These are just the best. So these are hot fingers. This is the quilt stick. All of this is under the notions category. And I mean, we are very we love good notions. We love notions that, they're not just like gadgets for the sake of gadgets, right? Like I'm not a gadget, like I am a gadget person, I'm not that kind of gadget person. And then we did get restocked on the water brushes. And don't forget that you can use starch in your water brush. So this one here it's got just a little bit left in there. You can see that little bit, tiny bit of starch left in this one. But if you're doing a seam and you want to put just like a nice crispy fold, okay, you just put a little brush stroke of this down, fold it over, give it a press either with your finger or your iron, and you're gonna get that like super. Oh, I just I just opened it. Let's not pretend that I didn't do that. But yes, so I just untwisted it. That's my fault. Oopsie. So, but you get what I'm saying with the water brush. So you're going to want to, now it's like all wet here. Oh, maybe this one had water in it. One of these, when I demoed it last time, I had water in it, and the other one I had, what you call it? Starch. I was like trying to find the word. Yeah, this one had water. That's good. Then this table won't be sticky. But it did get, I mean, it had the tiniest little bit of water. How did it explode into this? I tell you. Okay. And it's freezing in here, so it's not gonna get very the water's not going to evaporate. It's gonna stick around. Okay, so here she is in all her glory, Miss Thang, our pin cushion doll. So this is the pin cushion doll pattern, and this makes a base for any type of doll. And you can see here, it shows you how to put her together, but this is the fabric calculation for how to do the doll. And so my initial thinking on this came from the fact that most of these that I have found, like, they are out of complete proportion of the doll parts. Okay, now this doll came with legs. Not all the dolls come with legs. In fact, I don't have any other dolls that have legs. This is the only pincushion doll I've ever had that had legs. And she's got like little golden slippers. They're very pretty. So here's how they normally look. And as you can see, I think this one's a little off. So she looks like she's either sitting down or something, but like comparatively, the head is about the same size, shoulders, everything, but the base is just it's so bad. It's so badly out of proportion. And so I wanted to fix that. Now, obviously this one is still original. It was made in Japan. And it is, it's got like most of these I have opened up if they're in bad shape, they have like hay inside of them. I'm not kidding. They like real honest to God, hay. Um, like hay or straw. It's like it's kind of gross. So here's a doll that I feel was way more proportional to her head. Okay. So I felt like this doll had the better proportion for her body and the top. So the dress it feels more appropriately sized. And I just felt like that's what I wanted to teach with these pincushion dolls. Because a lot of times you don't find them with the body. You only find the tops, the heads, and you don't find the dresses. If you do find them with the dresses, they're usually in really, really terrible shape. And I will say that this is probably not great shape either. You can see all of the pinholes that have rusted. There's like a lot of just rusty pin holes in this thing. And I don't think some of these were in the doll when I got them, but you can see those rusty pinholes. Feels like the name of a band, or it sounds like the name of an album, right? Um, the rusty pinholes. Anyway, so we've got this one. I felt like I said her dress was way, way, way more proportional. If you're interested in what the original color was, you can kind of see it under here, underneath these ruffles. And this, of course, is what gave me the sense that you can decorate these with all kinds of beautiful trims. And that's what I did on this one. I even gave her like a little overdress. Um, you know, so I just felt like this was really, really fun. Um, so we have that. Now, normally, right, we have the pincushion doll pattern. And oh, I have these too. I'm going to show these later. Da, 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 da. Hang on one moment. All right. So normally you find them just like this. Okay. They won't have their body or bottoms. They won't have the base. You just find the porcelain parts. And that's because like the bottom has like rotted away. And so these are really cool. A lot of them have like this somewhat Marie Antoinette, like sort of big bouffant hairstyle. Those ones are really common. I have a couple of her. Okay. So, and you can just see how the differences are in size, right? So they come in a lot of different sizes. And then they come in like very, very tiny and it's just so precious. Like this one, which is, is she like she's almost an inch and 3/4. So she's very, very precious. And so she's got like the holes. Okay. This one is from Germany. This one here. And this one is from Japan. And so is this one. And then I have so many fun things. Okay, so then now you have to also remember some of these are from like the 20s, the 1920s. And so they'll have like the 1920s like hairstyles. So they'll have like a shorter hairstyle. They'll have more of a, streamlined sort of silhouette. They won't have as many like like, like ruffles and things like that. So you've got, just that again from Japan. It also, so you can see too, like these collectors, they put notes and stuff in pencil on the inside. So like here is one, and she's considered like what they call like a flamenco lady. And you've got her sort of, you know, bustier hairstyle, really nice painting on the face. And then here it's marked. Ooh, Japan. So yeah. Now I carry these in the store. They're in this, you come into my store, they're in this bucket. So you're like, they're in a bucket, or more like a tin, I guess, but they're like in a bucket. And so I figured I would show you these and let you guys decide if you would like to buy them. I do like her. Isn't she pretty? She's so pretty. If you would like to purchase them from the video, you can. So we have two that are almost the same, which again is super rare for me to get. All right, so these here on this side are 30. These here are 25, and I believe the little baby one is 20. So if you want any of these, type them into the comments. I will send you a PayPal invoice. These two look like they could be sisters. So, and I will include the discount tonight. So if you want the discount, you can get that tonight. So we have that. Here is another one. Now I have not cleaned this one, so she needs a little bit of a bath. But these ones, again, you can tell this one was from the 20s. Now this one, I can't see the mark on it, so let me just move my box. Made in Japan. So, they are very well marked usually. You really don't have to go hunting around for the information. Again, very 20s, with her little weird banana peel headdress. I have not seen another one like this, but she has, again, so what you would do is you would create the base, and then, you'd have all your pin cushions. She's got her little fan here, which is really kind of cute. So these ones here are 35, 30, and the little baby one is 20. So I've got more. I'm digging them out of a box. Most of the ones I have left they're little. So we also have some that are like this girl with the little beret, again, made in Japan. Now this one would be a little bit different because she has no holes here for your for you to sew her into the piece. So when you have one like this, you would just add a little bit of glue around here before you pull the string to tighten up this around the doll, and that will keep her in the doll. Some people used to put like a dowel inside, but you don't need to do that. And I find that if you do that, it's more likely to break. So we've got again 35, 30, 20. We have a little one too. We have lots of little ones. And I have more, like, they're not exactly the same, but they're very, very close. I know you're hearing all this glass bumping around in here. It's not really that bad. It's just more. Here's another little one. Isn't she precious? Oh, I just love them so much. Okay, so before you ask, like, I have so many that it's okay for me to let some of them go. Here's another good one. Okay, so here's one. And I don't know if it's because she's painted incorrectly or if she's just really like this. So this one is from Germany. And yep, she's Germany. And you can see here that she's like nude from the top. And what would happen is, more than likely, you would take a ribbon or something and like put it over her shoulder like this as part of the doll. Okay. So she wasn't meant to be nude. She was meant to have like part of the cloth of the doll covering her up. Now, I have shown you some of my collection of these, and the ones that I have in my collection, I have some that are completely topless. Not because they're like, supposed to be ooh la la. There's this one with the little weird conical hairstyle. These were really famous. Again, this is Japan. These came in like every color under the rainbow. The dress would be a different color, the hairstyle would be a different color. So we have like quite a lot of the little baby ones. This is not the dolls clinking around in here. It's a bunch of plates. There's like a bunch of plates in here. I don't know why. They're called tea bag dishes. And I don't know why I have them all in here. Okay. So I have another stay. Don't fall over. I really don't want to pick all these up off the floor. So here's another little baby lady. Isn't she sweet? She's also, I'm pretty sure she's German. She has kind of half of a mark. Anyway, I like her. She's got a cute face. And here, this one, the bride. The bride. You know you want that bride. And she is also markless. So wouldn't that be sweet to make her a white dress? Oh, so pretty. Okay, so she's in the $20 range. We've got 30, 20, 35. And here also, she is pretty. Like the bride. Oh, Mary, she's got green on her. Aw. I know you like that. Should I set her aside for you? Let me know. Um, so then you have this one here, which she still has part of her stuffing on her. And I'm afraid to try to clean or break that off. I am absolutely certain that she will just you can just cover that up and put her right in there. You got it. You got it. So the bride, we're taking the bride away. Okay. So she's spoken for. Um as you can see, this was a very popular style. I mean, they're not the same. They're not they're not the same mold. Like clearly these two are, right? These two are from the same mold. You get that kind of sense. But this one, these two and these two, they none of these even match. Okay? So, you know, you've got that you've got a lot of good color here. You've got the extra color on the dress and the good color in the hairstyle. But they're all like that weird, like, I don't know. It's kind of neat. Anyway, so you've got the Marie Antoinettes, you've got the flapper girl with the scarf, and you can even see like the pleating on there. It's just neat. She's cool. So, these I just love this stuff, like, and I come across them all the time, and I just can't help myself. But I have got to stop. These ones are for y'all. So please get some of these off my hands. Now here's one that is German, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't say. It says made. It doesn't say where. Little Dutch girl. This is a very rare option on these, and that's because the arms are more away from the body, right? So these ones, they have less likely to be chipped or broken because they don't have parts of the body that can be um pulled away or put away. This one, because her hand, these ones, usually if you find them with their what they call arms away dolls, half dolls, they have so many broken hands, fingers, chips, all kinds of problems. So this one's in great shape. She's got the holes here where you can attach her to a base, and I think she would be really cute in like a simple base, but an appropriate sized base, not this nonsense. Okay. But she would be really cute in an appropriate size base. And because she is in arms away, she would be in this category. She'd be in the $35 category. So, but she's got good color, and she does have a good amount of paint on her face. Like, she's got a good face. Some of them don't have good faces. I mean, some of them don't. Now, here's another one. This one would be in this $35 category, but she's kind of a blow up of this one. And I just find that so cool, that you could have like the big and the little. It does have like pearl iridescent paint um on her shawl and on her blouse and her hat. And she does have, that little pixie cut, but I just found that these two were pretty cool because they were almost matching in color. So this one is made in Germany, and this one is made in Japan. And so, you get a lot of sense of the different paint styles and options. And you can tell that the Japan one is copied from this one. So it's just neat. So we've got the minis at 20, and we've got the bigs here at 35, and these ones are 30. So if one of these speaks to you, send me a message, tell me which one, and we'll message back and forth, and we'll get you the doll of your dreams. I'm pretty excited about them. Oh, there's one more in the box. Or is there two? It looks like there's two. All right, so this one would be in this category, the $30 category. She's got to be from Germany. Yep. And you can see that Germany stamped right into it. And look at the face and the paint. Now, again, there's like some like scuffs and stuff like that. I just clean that up with a Q-tip as best I can. Sometimes it's glue. Sometimes they're just old because they've been around a while. This would be the third little Dutch girl. This one is from Germany, which means these must be from Germany too. Yeah, they are. So you can see just in the different styles of paint. You know, it depends on if the painter was feeling tired that day. Right? So you still have this lovely, she's pretty, the blue hat. These are all, oh, she's upside down. Right? So 20, 30, 35. So that's how it rolls. Isn't she pretty? She's very pretty. Right. So again, these are things that we sell in store. Now, all this and everything on our website, 30% off. And if you want any of these dolls, I will throw in the pincushion doll pattern for free tonight. So that is your option. And then I do have a couple of other things that we do sell in the store. These are salt cellar pincushions that I have made. I am selling them for $10 a piece, and they will be 30% off. So we have this one that's like a square salt cellar. Now, what do you do with these? Well, they're pincushions, my friends. You just stick your pins in them. And so we have this salt cellar. We have, we're going to call this pink postal. So if you want the pink postal one, let me know. $10 plus 30 off. They're made of glass. These are genuine salt cellars, and the pin cushion has been glued in. Here's another one, little one with feet. It's like a rectangular shape. So we have this one. None of these salt cellars are ever really perfect. Charlotte, you want this one here? Done. I will put her aside for you. I will hope to see you soon. I'll wait. I'll put her in the back for you. So we have this one here, which I'm calling Strawberry Lemonade, and it's got the little feet. And there's this one, which is like a flower petal. And again, these are all glued in. So, and then we have this blue one with it's like cut glass. And so these are all $10, 30% off. So if you want any of these pin cushions, I do remember that, Charlotte. You bought one of our little pin cushions, and I know. They're so cool. They're so cute. So a salt cellar, and trust me, I have millions of these too. If you come into the store and you buy our salt cellar pincushion pattern for the textured versions of these, I have a selection of salt cellars that you can buy from me. So there's that. So we do have these. We have this one that's blue cut glass. You can see there that, what do they call that? Like the God's Eye pattern. but this is a cut glass one. It's harder and harder to find the nice cut glass ones. Most of them are the pressed glass, like this one here. It's like pressed glass. And this one here is also pressed glass. It's got like the little bottom, but that makes all these cool reflections, you know, in the base of the pincushion. So, and then you've got the flower power one, and I just love this. So, like, these are just fun. They're fun to make, and fun for me to, you know, bring out whenever you need it. So we've got these salt cellars, and these are all things that, because they're so individual, I can't really offer these on our website. I can't make these options for the website. And the problem with that is that, you know, I would love to sell these, but I'd have to make an individual listing for each one, and that gets really, really time consuming for the website. So, but I have millions of salt cellars, so I will be making more. And if you have a particular color or style, I'm happy to make you one. So there's that too. All right, that's what we have tonight for our show. It's freezing out. I'm so tired of it being so cold. I really, really, really want this weather to go back to normal. But I know I will probably not get my wish, but not anytime soon. But if you have any pincushion dolls that you would like to have an arrangement with, let me know. I will happily pull it aside, take some good pictures for you, and get you an invoice, etc. Don't forget, we got 30% off the website and the shop. Both. Come on in. And in the shop, yeah, we have this stuff that you can't get online. So there. The sale is automatic, so all of the prices are already, when you shop, just takes all of the pricing right off. So there's that. Yeah. So, and it's only good until next Thursday. So, so next week there will be something different, like we do. So, hope to see you here with us next week. Hope you enjoyed the pincushion dolls. Don't forget, they're like nearly 100 years old. Some of those, a lot of these are almost over 100 years old. So they're not made anymore. If you want one, today's the day. Thank you, Mary, and thank you, everybody. I hope to see you. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye.